All right, welcome once again. So I'm teacher Arnold. I teach chemistry. So today we are discussing about chemistry paper 3, that is the practical, and we are discussing about inorganic chemistry, how we test for anions and cations, given some procedures. Now, in chemistry paper 3, when we are testing for anions and cations, we are given a solid which is not identified, or you are given a liquid which is not identified. You are supposed to carry out some procedures and write your observations and inferences correctly for you to earn the marks. Otherwise, if the observation is wrong, then you will be penalized even in the inference side. Now, if you are given a solid and you are asked to add about 10 ml distilled water, then you shake, you expect that solid to dissolve completely to form a solution, or to dissolve partially to form a residue and a solution, or it will not dissolve completely. So if it dissolves completely, then you are expected to write the color of the solution. If it does not, it partially dissolves, then you will mention about the color of the filtrate and the color of this, the residue. Now, if it dissolves completely in water, then it forms a colorless solution. You will mention under the inference side copper 2 ions, iron 2 ions, and iron 3 ions absent. Then another inference is that soluble salt. If it partially dissolves to form a colorless filtrate and a white residue, then you will mention under the inference side that soluble and insoluble salt present. Now, you can now divide the resultant solution, if at all it dissolves completely, to some portions. And then you divide those portions and carry out the subsequent procedures by adding some reagents and writing the observations and the inferences. So if in the first case you are asked to add sodium hydroxide solution, drop while still excess, and then you see a white precipitate which dissolves in excess to form a colorless solution, then you will infer zinc ions, aluminum ions, and lead ions present, and they must be written properly with their valencies, that's the charge. If you see a white precipitate which does not dissolve in excess, then you infer the barium ions, calcium ions, and magnesium ions present. If no white precipitate is formed when you add few drops than excess, then you will infer under the inference side calcium ions, magnesium ions, barium ions, zinc ions, aluminum ions, and lead ions absent. Now, in the next procedure, if you are told to add ammonium hydroxide solution, few drops than excess, and then you see a white precipitate which dissolves in excess, then you confirm the presence of zinc ions, or you say zinc ions present. If you see a white precipitate which does not dissolve in excess, then most definitely we'll talk about aluminum ions and lead ions. And these ions must have been referred the previous procedure.